you'll see that a lot of the smaller players in the industry are probably having a harder time rebounding from that down cycle. A lot of their clients, particularly the larger ones, are looking for providers, their marine carriers, that can provide a more comprehensive suite of solutions and are going to have the staying power for the long term. And I think that's exacerbated by the fact that some of these smaller companies are having a tough time getting financing when it comes to their new build programs. And we're seeing quite a bit of that right now. I think the message is that there's going to be additional consolidation. I mean, if you look at what Kirby has done most recently with KC and what they've done over the last 10 years, they are really the consolidation story, have done a terrific job. The challenge for somebody else, and we think this is an opportunity for somebody, is to create somebody to really compete with Kirby. There are a lot of companies out there that compete with Kirby in various sectors, but nobody that competes with Kirby in every one of their areas. And many of Kirby, the Casey acquisition was interesting for them because you see Kirby, who's mostly in the Gulf and inland, buying a coastwise transportation company, and you say, well, where's the fit there? It's a different service, different market, and they will tell you that a lot of the same clients. Conoco wants to be able to talk to one or two point people who can provide both their coastwise and their inland liquid needs. And I think that's, from Kirby's perspective, they will tell you that they are not a marine transportation company, they are a marine services provider. And I think it's a little different spin and a little different perspective, and that's being driven by what their clients want. So from my perspective, and if you take in also natural gas prices and what's going on in the U.S. With the fracturing approach to generating natural gas prices will probably remain low for some period of time, which is going to make our petrochemical plants here in the U.S. competitive on a global scale, which is going to drive a lot of that liquid business that Kirby's after. And I think there's an opportunity for somebody, and it's probably a financial sponsor, and we get lots of inquiries from financial sponsors or private equity groups who are looking to make investments in the Jones Act, to build out a company that could potentially, sort of like a mini Kirby. You take, for example, just throw out two names, a Blessy and a Rhino, and with one or the other, and start from there. And I think that's probably an opportunity for somebody. But I think the liquid transport space is one where there's a lot of opportunities, and we're starting to see some interest from some sponsors. So you're probably going to see more M&A activity there. And I think the equity for that program will be private. It'll be private initially, and at some point, those companies will either sell or take the company public. That would be a ways down the road. Another area where we think there's some opportunities is in the harbor tug business. Many of our clients who are in that business are looking for financing for new build programs. And I think when you look at that business and how it performed during the recession, those container ships were coming in and out of port in LA, not fully laden, but you were still getting almost just as many vessels coming in and out. So when you look at some of the major harbor tug providers in the U.S., that business held up very well during the recession, and it's proven to be a fairly stable business. So you're seeing some folks putting some money there in new build programs. But I think the industry is going to continue to consolidate, both on the inland side and on the coastwise side. You had Platinum Equities acquire ACL last year. It was a very aggressive structure from a financing standpoint, but they got it done, and they're not going to sit still. They're in the business of creating value, and they're looking for acquisitions, and you're going to see some activity out of them as well.